Hello everyone and welcome to the Spirits Within Us. While I'm shuffling the cards, any negative energies that are being sent to my channel, to myself or to you the viewer, I transmute that into pure, unconditional love, light and healing energies for our minds, bodies and souls. And for those that are ascending, I send them love and I hope that they find joy, peace and happiness in their hearts. So I have no idea what we're going to read again. So let's just get going, yeah? And thanks for the new subscribers again and your comments. It's beautiful and it's really nice to hear from you. I appreciate it, thank you. So let's see what we get today. Sorry, we have the Emperor, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Wheel. So I'm just going to pop them to the side. And I think we're going to be working with a past life energy oracle. That's what I've been drawn to, with the Emperor and the Hanged Man and the Wheel. So either it's for an Empress or an Emperor who's watching, you've had dealings with an Emperor, or you are the Emperor. We'll just see what the cards have to say. But I'm getting a feeling if someone was trying to steal either from an Emperor or an Emperor. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what we get. Yeah. Somebody may have been after someone's wheel. That's what Wheel of Fortune. That's what I'm picking up on. Okay, so we have Archangel Metatron with ancient wisdom and understanding, and that came upside down. So either you're the Emperor or there was an Emperor involved in this situation, and Archangel Metatron was there, and it looks as though he closed someone's Akashic records because someone was after the ancient wisdom of the Emperors. Maybe you're the Emperor, yeah? So someone could have been after into your Akashic records. And then we have finding love. So it was something to do with the love situation, because there's no, no spouse, lover. It's on the reverse, and that's on the Hanged Man. And then we have service above the wheel, on top of the wheel, with bringing value. Okay, I need a little bit more. Wow, physical issues, longing for love. Archangel, I feel optimism, hope. Okay, so we have an Emperor who basically is Akashic records was basically closing. Sorry, his Akashic records were basically closed. Someone was trying to get into his Akashic records. They were trying to understand the wisdom, or he had no wisdom. Okay, because you've got Metatron there with a book, yeah, and it's closed. Whereas the other day, the one we seen was open. So I think this Emperor had no understanding about some situation, because every card is basically upside down. He had no understanding of his power, his wisdom. He had no ancient wisdom, basically, none at all whatsoever. Because we have the Hanged Man. I believe that he hung himself in some situation. I believe that should have come upside down. I believe that he basically hung himself. He put himself into a Ten of Wands, into a Ten of Swords. You can see him here dropping his pentacles. There's a mirror. I'm reading it as the upside down way. He was mirroring someone. There's something to do with this Emperor whose wisdom was just not there, not switched on at all. We are finding love, spouse, lover. So he lost some sort of love, a love that was meant for him, basically. This is what I'm feeling. This Emperor lost a love. And we had the Wheel of Fortune. I believe that should be upside down, if I'm being in all honesty. We've got bringing value. There was no love being brought into a situation, basically. There was no service. There was no value being brought into it. And it basically turned the wheel upside down, whether it's for the Emperor or you are the Emperor or an Emperor's done this to you. We're going to find out a little bit more, though. We have physical issues, illness, accident, injury. So either this Emperor or an Emperor was trying to cause illness, accidents and injuries to someone. They were trying to put physical injuries onto someone, or they are suffering from, I hate doing the cards like this where I'm trying to find out what it is. We've got a longing for love, loneliness. So it looks as though there was third-party situations going on, but there isn't anymore. Because of this third-party situation that this Emperor was in, I'm just going to take it as that, because of this third-party situation this Emperor was in, he basically had all his, his understanding, all his ancient knowledge, all his wisdom was taken away from him. He basically lost a love which should have been a perfect connection for him, because of him being the young man, for him being like the fool, basically. Because that is another aspect of the Hanged Man. It's a bit of a fool, they make mistakes, they do foolish things. Things were being done in the moon, under the moon, so deceit, doing things behind someone's back, which I do believe was this lover this lost love that he has lost. He was trying to mirror this person. He could be a bit of a narcissist, to be honest. There was dealings with a third-party relationship, and I do believe that that's gone as well. And we had the wheel. I believe that this Emperor has lost the Wheel of Fortune now, have lost what should have been theirs, because there wasn't bringing any value into a relationship what they should have been in service to. They should have been in a relationship and in service with, I'm feeling it was their counterpart, if I'm being totally honest. And we had Archangel Paniel with optimism and hope. So he had no hope, he had no optimism, he wasn't very optimistic about this relationship. He didn't put anything into this relationship. Another one upside down. We have servitude, loss of power or control. So yeah, this Emperor, he was trying to get power, trying to get control, and he basically lost all of his power, all of his control. And we've got the ancient wisdom and the books closed. So I believe that this Emperor's Akashic records, because he didn't go on the right path, his wisdom was taken away from him. All of his knowledge that should have been his was taken away from him, and he has suffered injuries, losses, accidents, things like this. He's suffering major losses, this Emperor is, at the moment, because he was just trying to be powerful and in control of someone else, into someone's situation. He was trying to control someone, basically. Then we have over the Hanged Man, relationship repeat, shift, release or enjoy. So I believe he was in a relationship and he was let go. Any relationships, he should have been with someone, and all of these relationships that he was in, third parties, everything, they've all gone. He's basically on his own. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. This Emperor is now alone, and he has none of the relationships, what he had, what he was doing behind, and it seems as though he should have been with someone, but he's got no relationships whatsoever. We have the wheel, and it's actually came up, and we've got parent, child, family. So I believe the only outcome that this Emperor actually got from the situation that he put himself in, by the looks of it, basically he turned the wheel upside down. The only thing that he got out of it was becoming a parent. So he may have had lots of lovers, lots of third parties, lots of different relationships, and he's been left with just a child now. He's got a family now from it, basically. We have community, personal or professional connections. So, and that's on the downside too. So any personal connections, any, you know, properties, anything that was, oh gosh, he's actually, this is very comic. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but you know, basically this emperor has lost everything, and all he gained from it was to become a parent. But that's a good thing, ain't it? Because new life is beautiful. New life is absolutely beautiful. We have a shaman, healing energy. So yeah, I believe that someone is helping this emperor, and I do believe it was this person he turned his back on, who is a shaman. I believe this emperor may have been a shaman, but because all of his wisdom, his knowledge and his Akashic records, because of something that he did in his past, and he chose another way, he chose a different way to go, and everything was closed down, it was all taken away from him. And I do believe that this person who he should have been in a connection with, who he gave up for, he had to give them up, or they gave him up because he was in other relationships. He basically must have got someone pregnant, and he's now become a parent. And I believe that this person he was with, who is an healer, is, even because they are a good earth angel, they're sending him healing. Even though he's done all of this, they're still sending him healing. So that you know, he's still getting healing help and assistance. Betrayal, oh gosh, okay. So I believe that this parent child, this situation that he got himself into, this emperor, which he basically got a child from this third-party relationship, what he was doing. But it was all deceit, it was all betrayal, it was all manipulation. The child may not even be his own, if the truth be told, because I believe whoever he was involved with was just telling lies and manipulating him, and they were trying to get him to lose his ancient powers, basically, and it seems as though they succeeded. I believe this emperor is supposed to be in a relationship with an empress, and they were supposed to be doing something special on the planet. They were, it is feeling very twin flamey to me, and people got to find out, and they were jealous, as they do, and they started causing deceit and, you know, betrayals. And I believe that whoever it is that he went into a partnership with and had a child with, or they said they was pregnant, something like that, but I am seeing that they had a child. It was deceit, betrayal and manipulation. So even this birth, so basically he lost absolutely everything, and the child might not even be his own. The person who he got into a relationship with was probably doing the same as what he was doing to the person he was with. So it's like, it's a bit of a really mixed up situation, to be fair. So he was doing things behind, I reckon that it was his twin flame's back and with someone else, and the person he was doing it with said they were pregnant, and they more than likely were, and they told him it was his child, but it turns out it wasn't his child. They was betraying him and manipulating him to think it was his child. They were being very deceitful behind this emperor's back. Whoa. Okay. Then we have Archangel Michael with strength, courage and letting go. And that came on the reverse for this emperor. So basically, you know, he's feeling pretty let down at the moment, this guy is. If he's got no strength, his courage, he just feels like letting go, as though he has no place to turn, he has no one to turn to. It's like as though he's all alone. He basically gave up his sovereignty, you know, because I don't think he is the emperor anymore. I do believe that should be on the downside as well. He lost his sovereignty, to be honest, and he hasn't got the courage or the strength to let go of anymore. You know, he didn't have the courage and the strength to let go in the beginning. If he would have let go of all these interfering people that was interfering, he would still be the emperor, and he would still have all his ancient wisdom and knowledge, his gifts, his powers, everything that should have been coming to him. he would still have them now. But because he was basically deceitful, you know, he didn't realise he was falling into the trap with the hanged man, which was this third party author or parties or some, you know, he was doing a lot by the looks of it. They were being deceitful and manipulative and betraying him behind his back, and they were just after his wheel of fortune. But I do believe that this person knew that he should have been in this connection with his counterpart, who they basically thought, yeah, I've won him, and I'm going to win him, because, and then if I win him, I'm going to take that wheel of fortune that was for him and his counterpart. But it doesn't work like that, because if he gives it up, his counterpart gets everything, and that's what this other woman didn't realise. So all the lying, the deceit, the manipulation that she was doing, thought it was going to fall in her favour, and basically it wasn't. Let me see where we was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one more on this one. And then we have Archangel Ragiel with justice, discipline and harmony. And that came on the upside down. So even though he's getting some healing sent from him from his counterpart, because obviously they are counterparts. And, you know, I believe that with them being twin flames, love is boundless. And this person who loved him, I believe that she loved him unconditionally, basically, and he gave up a shaman. He gave up his shaman abilities, basically. I don't believe he's got any of that anymore. He should have had it, and I don't believe he's got it. But his counterpart's still sending it, because even though they're not together, there's still a connection, because they're bound in the ethers. But it might change, because I believe that because of the new way everything's turning now, that all of that, we're allowed to move on from it. So let's see. Because of Archangel Ragiel with justice, discipline and harmony, because there was no justice and discipline and harmony, I do believe that the shamanic powers was also taken away from this young himself. And then we have devotion, spiritual practices, intuitive history, and that's fell over the wheel. So I believe that this third party was doing some sort of spell work and binding to keep this emperor attached to them, and this is what under the moon thing what was being done. So I believe that it weren't only him being deceitful, he had someone else being deceitful to him, and he thought he was the one being deceitful. It's like dead strange how karma works, isn't it? And then we have resourcefulness, intelligence, mental actions and right thinking, and that's fell on top of the emperor. So I believe that's just a confirmation for me of the reading, basically, that the spiritual practices that were going on onto him and also his counterpart, that this other third party was doing the deceitfulness and the manipulation. Now, with the intelligence and the mental action and the right thinking, I believe that his counterpart already knew all of this with resourcefulness and right thinking. This is, you know, they knew what was actually happening. They knew what was going on. And then we have the loss, reversal of fortunes, and that's come upside down. That's come upright. So I believe, yeah, so basically everything that this emperor was doing to his empress, even though she hasn't shown up, but I believe there's an empress somewhere, that this empress is going to turn up, that whatever he was doing to his counterpart, that everything has gone back on him, basically. And we had the justice, was it? Yeah, we had the justice, the discipline and all that. And because of the spiritual practices and all the deceit that was going on, we have the intuitive history. And I think that intuitive history was from the Empress, the divine, the divine feminine. All this has been reversed. All fortunes were reversed for this hanged man, basically. We have education, learning, teaching, the wheel. He was supposed to be learning. He's supposed to be, a teacher. This is what I'm getting. And I do believe that his counterpart was supposed to be learning him and teaching him also. So let's see what else we have. We have isolation, lack of connection. So yeah, I do believe that this Emperor now is in isolation because everything that he done onto someone else has all come back onto him. So he's basically on his own because he knows now, you know, and I think he may have actually put himself into isolation. We have imprisonment, and that was upside down, persecution and judgment. So yeah, it feels like the persecution and judgment, he is being persecuted, he is being judged. Or he has had it, it's already happened, it's happened. The persecution and the judgment for doing what he did on his counterpart has already been done back on him by this third party interference. And then we have Archangel Gabriel with communications of all kinds, and there's no communication between this Emperor and anyone basically because he's in isolation. You know, he feels as though he's in prison. I think he's in some sort of a mental prison basically, and he's got no communications with anyone now. I believe that he has put himself into isolation so that he can sort himself out. We have energetic realm, life between lives. So he don't have no connection at all with spirit either. He has no connection with any other realms basically. And over the Hanged Man, we have inspiration, mysteries, Akashic records with Archangel Raziel. So I do believe that if he does the work, if this Emperor does the work that he should have done in the beginning, that he will evolve, he will become, you know, the Emperor. I don't believe he's the Emperor at the moment, but he will become the Emperor. I don't think he's going to get back with his Divine Feminine, his Empress, in this lifetime. But, you know, Archangel Raziel's there and she's waiting to give him, you know, inspiration. She's giving him inspiration. She's going to give him some mysteries. She's going to give him his Akashic records back, but only if he does the work. She's going to give him the knowledge and the wisdom back. But he's going to have to start from the beginning, basically, because she's still holding it. It's not there for him. She's holding it. Then we have the wheel, expressive talents, creativity, the arts. So, yeah, on the wheel, he's still got so much work to do, this Emperor has. For what he did, he must have done something pretty bad. And I feel that you're the Empress who's watching, and all of this was basically done to you with third-party situations. And I think this is just the clarification that you needed, that you called justice on a situation, and basically everything is being served to him, you know, with whatever he was doing behind your back and however it was done and deceitful, it's all been done back on him, basically. We have intimacy or fertility issues on something missing, and that's on the upright, and that's on above him. So, yeah, he's alone. He's got fears of intimacy and fertility issues, basically. But, you know, I think that's one of the judgment things, because with him putting it about what I've seen, the way I've seen it, no wonder it's been taken off him, to be fair. And then we've got the, and I'm not judging, and I'm sorry because I've got my tongue does change, but, you know, I'm sorry about that. It is my spirit team who work with me, and it's whoever it is who's coming through me at the time, and they can be very, you know. So we've got the Hanged Man, success, and we have personal or professional achievement. So even though you've got Archangel Raziel there waiting, he has still got to go through a lot of karma, a lot of all these things. What I'm saying that he is losing, you know, the success and everything, this is what he wished upon you. This is what he wished upon the High Priestess, on his counterpart. This is what he wished upon you. And, you know, it's basically, they call it karma with Buddha, but it's, you know, in God's eyes, it's God's justice, isn't it? You know, it's what God puts down, it's what he does. So whoever you believe in, it comes the way it comes. We've got passions and interests, hobbies, sports and favourite pastimes over the wheel. So I do believe at this time he's starting to go back over his past, and he's looking back on all of his life and his history and the things and the deceit and things that he's done up onto others. I believe that he's got a lot of memories from when he was a child that he had been blocking off, and since he's put himself into isolation, it's bringing up all of these memories. And like we've all had to do who are on this spiritual journey of evolution and lifting and evolving ourselves up into a higher vibration, this is what we've all gone through in some way, shape or form. We've had to do it. We've had to, you know, when we put ourselves in isolation, every time we lift a little bit higher in our vibration, we're allowed to look back and we're allowed to see what we've done wrong and understand and learn from this. And I believe this is what he's doing. He's now learning from his past mistakes. He's looking back on everything he's done upon to others, and, you know, he's realising what he's been like, basically. We have wealth, abundance and entitlement. So basically he's been stripped back to basics, whether it's physically, mentally or spiritually. He has got no physical, mental or spiritual wealth at all whatsoever. He's basically having to build from the beginning, from the start again. And so I don't think in this lifetime he's ever going to catch up. And to be honest, whatever, you know, he's done a lot to this Empress, to this High Priestess. And I do believe that you wouldn't have him back anyway. So I do believe that you is watching, and I don't think you're going to have him back. We have Explorer, Traveller, Wanderer, and I think this is the purpose you were both meant to do. And there it's an E, but I believe this is you now. You're the Explorer, you're the Traveller, you're the Wanderer. I believe you're going to go it alone because, you know, you've learned and you understand now. And I think what you're going to do is walk your path alone for a little while and learn to love yourself a little bit more, even though you totally and utterly do love yourself. This journey that you're going on, it's... you're going to wonder, you're going to travel through spirituality, you're going to learn, you'll probably go to India and go to some ashrams for a while and, you know, travel and talk to spiritual people and learn a lot and learn from others. I believe that's what your job was with him, but basically he didn't want it, but you can do it on your own. You can do it on your own, of course you can. We have overworked, out of balance on the wheel. So that is just for you, the Empress, and I know you ain't come out yet, but I know it's for you. Just balance things, you know. I believe at this time you are overworking yourself a little bit because of this travelling thing, because this is what you know you're going to do. So it's just saying try and balance it a little bit more, because I do believe that there's something coming for you. There's basically something, because that's on the wheel. I know he lost it, but I believe that wheel, that fortune is yours. So it is going to come in because it is due to you. It was supposed to be a fortune for the pair of you, but he gave that up. You know, he thought the grass was greener on the other side, and it never is it really? We have personal power, strength and determination. So yeah, this is for you. With personal power, strength and determination, you will overcome all these issues and all these problems. You know, you're going to be uplifted and your balance is going to be brought up, basically. And we have idyllic memories, peace, tranquility. And this isn't what he's got, but this is what you've got coming, and this is where you're going to be going and travelling and seeing. And then we have the abandonment card, feelings of unworthiness and rejection. So that's this Emperor at the moment. My phone's been flashing and I do feel I've been going along well. So I am going to close the reading with 3 from the tarot. We have the Justice, we have the Temperance Angel, and we have the Chariot. So yeah, like I said, there is justice, and justice was being served all the way from this situation for this Emperor for doing something to the Temperance Angel, which fell on top of the Hanged Man. Because basically this Emperor hung himself doing something to the angel. You're an earth angel. That's where the shaman came. And, you know, this is why you've been still sending him healing. Even though he's done you this, because you're a beautiful person, you love unconditionally, and you've still been sending it. You've still been sending that love because you are the Temperance Angel. With the wheel, there's your Chariot, because the wheel is yours, you know, and you're being taken forward in your life, and you're going to be on that Chariot very, very shortly with that Wheel of Fortune. So you may be feeling a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted at the moment, but it's not to worry. You're still going to do the travelling regardless. You know, you know, this Emperor, let him go, because he has got a lot to deal with, a awful lot that he has now got to put right in his life. Not just what he did to you, basically. He's got a big load of justice there to balance up, because it's been called, and it was, you know, it's been served, basically. You called the judgment and the justice is going to be served. It is being served, because you are the Temperance Angel, and this is what was done to a Temperance Angel, basically. And you're going to be carried off there on your Chariot with the horses, with the wings, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to have an amazing life, beautiful, and you deserve it. You deserve everything for going through this, what this Emperor put you through. So I'm going to close this reading, and I do thank you for watching. So from myself, my team and creator, we wish you unconditional love, light and healing energy, and have a fantastic day. Bye.